Today's episode of Outside the Rack is brought to you by Kinetic Performance, the makers of the Gymaware. In today's world of strength and conditioning, data collections become the utmost of importance, and that's exactly where Gymaware separates itself from the competition. Because when we're sitting there and looking to collect data, what data are you actually collecting? And are the numbers you're looking at fitting into the exercises that you're utilizing? And even more so, are they going to answer the questions that you're looking for? Looking at different ways that you are moving the barbell through peak and mean, both velocity and power, is really what separates Gymaware from the competition. Being able to understand what your ballistic exercises are doing separate to what your strength exercises are doing really allows you to program at a much more specific level for your athletes. So hop on over to kinetic.com.au to see what Evan and his team have in store for you today. The world of strength and conditioning is filled with some fantastic practitioners that are always searching for more. But more what? What are strength and conditioning coaches searching for to better their ability to prepare their athletes? Well, what about cutting-edge information? Or a place where you can find different opinions from forward-thinking coaches on what you're doing, how you're doing, and try to get feedback to be better for your athletes? Or what about a place where you'll find like-minded coaches that can provide solid coaching advice and career development for you as you progress through your career as a strength and conditioning professional? Well, this is exactly why we built the Strength Coach Network. You'll have access to exclusive monthly content on top of the sensationally active forum that we have where you can communicate with coaches all over the world to find those answers that you're looking for to help you be a better practitioner for your athletes. So make sure you hop on over to strengthcoachnetwork.com/CVASPs, that's strengthcoachnetwork.com/CVASPS, and get your 48-hour trial for only $1. I look forward to seeing you in the Strength Coach Network. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 12th episode of Outside the Rack, brought to you by Kinetic Performance, the makers of Gymaware. In this show, we're going to try to dive a little bit deeper into the minds of the top practitioners in the world of sport performance and try to learn a little bit more about who they actually are and how they got where they are today. Today, guys, we are joined by the one and only Jim Ferris. Jim, thanks for being with us, buddy.
Jay, as always, thank you. Looking forward to this and just kind of see where things go.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for this, and it's always great to catch up. But before we get rolling too far into this, brother, who is Jim Ferris?
Who is he? I'm an old man now. I think I'm 19 years in the industry. Just turned 40 this summer, so it's kind of a big milestone. I think one of those things that kind of hit on me is this past year, I started training Jameer Nelson Jr. So that kind of showed me how far along I am, I guess, in my training journey. That, I trained Jameer Nelson at the age of 19, and now I just got Jameer Jr. ready for his first year at GW. So it just kind of shows a little timeline right there for me. But 18 years in the industry, I've kind of held every job I feel like you could have in our industry, professional level, exposure at the college level, private sector, consulting, travel, international. Have not written a book yet and have not done some other things, but I have a lot of good coaching experience at this point.
And with that trip and those experiences, I'm sure there's been a couple of moments that have been aha. So if you wouldn't mind describing a learning situation that brought about an epiphany in your career.
Going back to my Sixers days and realizing money rules the world, and you can get replaced very quickly if their players don't have buy-in or like your training style. You can disappear very quickly from that. And it kind of put me back in place. It was like, it wasn't all about the classroom. It wasn't all about science. It was, buying time and creating relationships and kind of camouflaging your stuff in as time went, but like not just grabbing a player and say, hey, this is what we're doing today. When a guy has a 12-year playing experience and has trained, with, let's say, 4 different NBA teams and, played in the ACC. So they probably worked with a lot of different programs and coaches and have the things they, like. So I think for me, that's where I really started to listen to players more and say, what do you like? What's it going to take to get you into the weight room? Because I want you in there. I don't want to give you stuff that's going to make you not want to come in. So I'm going to do whatever I can for you to want to come in. And then, I'm going to kind of take it from there. Like I got you from point A to point B to point C, might be manipulating or tweaking some things a little bit over time, but as long as I'm getting you in a room, I think that's part one, and you want to be there.
Yeah, and sometimes with some of those guys, that's the hardest sell.
Yeah, 100%.
I love that, brother. That's a great answer. So then, the big one, buddy, that we were talking about off camera a little bit here, but if you had one question, and you know that you would get the answer to it, what would it be and why?
Do you need or want another beer? Yes. It doesn't mean like I need it or deserve it, but I want it. I definitely want it.
Yeah, especially with some of the travels you've been able to make lately. There's been some that would be impossible to turn down.
Exactly.
Well then, listen, man, you're all over the place. You're running it up there in Philly. You've worked at all these different levels and doing the consulting work. But at times, us old guys need to find a way to get out of this and hide a little bit. So what is Jim's escape?
So my escape at this point is I'm big into the hiking world now. I like to take 3-4 hour, just like me by myself, no music, no nothing, just walk. So that's usually weekends for me or early morning type stuff. Just get away from everything, get away from electronics, and kind of unplug.
I love that, man, because getting out, obviously, that daily vitamin D is going to help too, but just being able to breathe is huge.
Yeah, for sure.
Listen, brother, I love it. This is great stuff. Thank you so much for your time, Jim. And as always, man, it's great to see you, great to rap, and it's always great to catch up.
Thanks, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
you.
Appreciate you. We'll
See
be
you.
in touch soon, brother.
All right.